What is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Simone Raider back with another video, and today I'm going to be previewing the Raiders versus the Seahawks game preseason preview week number 4. We will be playing the Seattle Seahawks at CenturyLink Field in Seattle on Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, will the Raiders end this preseason on a perfect note? Who knows? But this will be the last game in the preseason until we finally head into the regular season, which I know a lot of us are excited to finally watch, especially me. So without further ado, let's get started with this preseason preview.
You tell them one thing, just win, baby.
So we conclude our preseason against the Seattle Seahawks. This being our 14th consecutive preseason we faced off. After getting the victory in Winnipeg, Canada on an 80-yard field, the Raiders look to end their preseason on a high note, heading into the regular season. With all the momentum going into this game, it looks like we have a good chance. There will be a lot of opportunity for many of our young players on the team to make a statement to hopefully make it into the final 53. We will not see any of our starters in this game as usual, but this should still be a good competitive game. So I have 3 storylines going into this preseason game. Number 1, making the cut. Now, as you guys all know, week 4 of preseason usually is the game for all the backups and all the young players to make a statement to see if they can make the team. This is the week where we find out who's gonna make the final 53, and it's gonna be a tough decision. Back in the days, they used to cut players, weekly throughout the preseason until they get their final 53, but not now. The NFL has changed, and now coming into the 4th week after the 4th game, they cut their rosters down from like around 90 to 53. So that's a huge amount of cuts, and it's going to be a tough decision on this team because we have a lot of great young players and a lot of players that we brought in that's making big splashes out there. Undrafted players like Keelan Doss or even Anthony Rush, or guys that we brought in that might make the team or might even not make the team, like guys like JJ Nelson or even Ryan Grant. But who knows? That's why this game right here determines who will make the team. Number 2, who will be our backup QB? Throughout the whole preseason, we've had a really great competition between Nathan Peterman and Mike Glennon. They've both been playing solid throughout these 3 weeks in preseason, and it's actually a hard choice because honestly, a lot of us Raider fans did not see this coming, especially when we heard that Mike Glennon and Nathan Peterman were going to be the backup. A lot of people were like, dude, we need help, because if Derek Carr goes down, who are we gonna trust other than me? I've been believing in the GOAT Nathan Peterman since day 1. But on a serious note, it's gonna be a great competition, man. The first game was all Nathan Peterman. Week 2 was all Mike Glennon. And then last game, Nathan Peterman stepped up in the 4th quarter, making a comeback victory, which was great, especially when you win in Canada. So real quick, Raider Nation, who you guys think is going to be the backup QB to Derek Carr? Type M for Mike Glennon and type G for the GOAT, Nathan Peterman. And the final storyline is a perfect preseason. Now, the Raiders are going into this game 3-0, undefeated in the preseason. And I know it's just preseason, but it's great to see the Raiders winning. But the last time the Raiders did go 4-0 in preseason, we ended up 2-14 throughout the season, which, bruh, I remember it was Aaron Brooks and Randy Moss's year, I believe. That's besides the point. Can the Raiders end this preseason a perfect 4-0? We got to have that energy out of preseason going into the regular season. And like I said in the last video, our confidence is at an all-time high, especially for how great we've been playing with all the backup players, all the young players, and even the veteran players. I know this game doesn't mean much, but it does mean much to a lot of these young players. And if they could step up and get the W, man, that'd be great. Hey, why not just finish off this preseason a perfect 4-0? But all in all, this preseason has been really great and has been flawless because we haven't lost a game yet, and hopefully we don't lose one. Never know, we might go into the season and finish off our season 16-0. I mean, that sounds pretty great as well. Now let's get into my 5 players to watch in this game. Number 1, Luke Wilson. Now, Luke Wilson was the standout from last night's Hard Knocks episode. He didn't do real well against the Packers in Canada, but he's one tight end that's also fighting for a spot on this roster. We have a deep tight end crew, and hopefully he can step up in this game and show out. He is a really great blocking tight end, but I want to see him make more plays out there and hopefully stand out to make this roster, because we do got guys like Darren Waller, who I believe is safe and is a lock. We have the rookie Foster Moreau, and then we got Derek Carrier, Paul Butler. So it's going to be a really great competition out there, but I hope Luke Wilson shows out in this game, especially against his former team, the Seattle Seahawks. Number 2, our newly acquired defensive tackle, Corey Liuget. Now, we just picked him up just a couple of days ago, but I hope that we get to see a little bit of playing time from him come this week. He might not play, which I understand that, but I feel like if they want to get his feet wet, especially on this defense, might as well put him in that last preseason game and see what he has and what he can do with these young players, especially being the veteran on that defensive line. So if he does play, I hope to see him cause a bit of pressure in the interior to get to the quarterback. Number 3, one of my favorite players throughout the preseason and hopefully can make the team, Keelan Doss. Now this guy, like I said, it's been growing on me every single week, and I think Hard Knocks even helps it out a little more, especially with a lot of Raider fans all around the world and even fans that aren't even Raider fans. He's been showing out and he's been doing everything right, trying to be a better player. He's an undrafted player and he knows that, and he knows that he has to work his way to the top. It is a really deep wide receiver room. There's a lot of great receivers from top to bottom, but I believe he's one of the guys fighting for a spot, and people are saying he might make the practice squad. But seeing Hard Knocks and seeing how much John Gruden loves this player and the rapport that he has with Nathan Peterman, just imagine how good he will be with Derek Carr. Keelan Doss, I hope he shows out again this week. He had a beautiful catch last week. Hopefully he can add on to his rapport this week. So man, Keelan Doss most likely should make this team. Number 4, Jason Kabinda. Now, one guy that was really highlighted in Hard Knocks, as well as Luke Wilson, was our middle linebacker, Jason Kabinda, a guy that was undrafted last year, got cut, then got re-signed to the team, and now is still fighting for a roster spot on this team. Looking at where he came from and how hard he's fighting to be on this team, I really want to see him stand out in this game. He can be a really great linebacker, especially learning from guys like Tahir Whitehead, Vontaze Burfict, and even Marquel Lee out there. So look out for Jason Kabinda to make some plays out there against the Seahawks. And last but not least, number 5, Marcel Aitman. Now, Marcel Aitman has been quiet for the past couple of games, and throughout the whole preseason, I haven't seen much of Marcel Aitman. He had like a good catch here and there, didn't really stand out in most of the games. And after watching Hard Knocks yesterday and seeing his interaction with Derek Carr, talking back to our quarterback on the team, he says that, you know, it's just practice, but in a real game he's gonna make plays. But I want to see him do it in a real game, and this most likely will be his opportunity to show out, because Keelan Doss is knocking on his door to make the team, and Marcel Aitman has got to acknowledge that and go out and ball out. So that is it, Raider Nation. That's all I have for you guys today. What do you guys think about this game coming up? What are your guys' thoughts? What are you guys looking forward to seeing against the Seahawks game? Drop it down in the comments below and let your boy know. And smash that like button if you guys enjoyed this video. I would gladly appreciate it a lot. And if this is the first time you're watching this video, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Without further ado, Raider Nation, until the end of the game, this is your boy Samoan Raider, and your boy is Yow.